It's called L.A., Chad. Lower Alabama. Jalen Thompson lives there. Did you know that?
I was there recently.
No, it's good for you.
I was in Mobile.
You got out alive.
I was down. I did. I was down there in the southern Mississippi. Came over to Mobile.
Lower Alabama.
I liked it.
To get a guy out of Lower Alabama, that probably means Alabama's not super involved. We're talking about Jalen Thompson here. Probably means Alabama is not super involved, and maybe Auburn's not crazily involved. So Georgia's sort of picking around in Lower Alabama these days.
Yeah, I think somewhat surprisingly, neither one of those in-state schools have offered as of yet. The day I was there, I watched them in spring practice. Damian Craig was there from Auburn, watching him very closely. They've invited him to visit and camp this summer. I don't think he's interested in that. I mean, I think right now, unless something changed in a hurry, he's going to leave the state. And that's
Why?
That's the best options he has. I mean, I don't think he feels he needs to camp now to earn an offer. I mean, you know how kids are these days.
Sure.
And, I mean, when he has 20, 30 offers, he's thinking, why can't you offer me too? You know, based on why. If I have Florida, if I have Georgia, if I have Florida State, why don't you offer too? I think that's kind of his viewpoint. Right? I mean, he made.
I think there's merit to that, but I also
he may just want to lead the state.
Well, I think that's what it seems like.
You know, he's a fantastic athlete. Plays a great shortstop on the baseball team. Obviously, a corner, return man on the football team. I watched him practice. I was very impressed, man. Footwork, fluidity, long arms, can really drop his hips. The one thing that he's not is really all that. I mean, he can come up and make the pop, but he's not a physical guy at the line of scrimmage. He's light a little bit, still in that 165 range.
He's not Asher Allen going to come up and make a tackle.
Not Asher, who was a very physical player.
Sure was.
You know, I think he's from Tucker, I believe. But I've met him and his dad many times. Jalen is a smooth kid in transition, opening up those hips, can run with the receivers, and I mean, Pruitt is on him. I mean, Pruitt is on him.
Pruitt were at Alabama, would he be getting an offer right now?
It's tough to say because Bama can pretty much attract the best in the country. You know, and he may, because he may be a guy that Pruitt just loves that much to say, hey, I want you no matter where I'm at. But it's hard to say because Bama's still getting DBs in Texas and California and Ohio. They can kind of get who they want. Like, yeah, and like you said, up north in Maryland too, the Fitzpatrick kid. But I think bottom line is Georgia's in this game. I mean, right now he's going to visit Florida soon and Georgia the week after.
Why did Georgia take the lead there?
I asked him that when I talked to him. Georgia, I think it was on, what's the date? I guess June 4th, I believe it was, took the lead. And he texted me and told me Georgia's my new top school. You can put the asterisk. I said, why? He said a long conversation with Jeremy Pruitt. The connection he has, opportunity to play at Georgia.
What is Jeremy Pruitt saying to people?
What we all like to know. I mean, it's
$750,000 question.
Nothing new. I mean, the guy was an animal at Alabama. He was great at Florida State. I mean, FSU wasn't even in the game for five-star Jalen Ramsey from Tennessee until Pruitt took that defensive coordinator job with a month to go. And he signs with Florida State, starts as a true freshman, and wins a national championship. Kids see that, and I guarantee he uses that to tell these guys what I can do with you as a defensive back and in the secondary. But Jalen, I mean, he's always said, when I've talked to him since Georgia's offered and gotten on him, is that relationship with Pruitt stands out more than anything else to him about Georgia. He hasn't ever been to Georgia. I mean, his parents have talked to the coaches a couple of times. He'll be here, and he told me straight up on the phone when he named Georgia's leader that these two visits, meaning Florida and then Georgia, will basically tell him where he wants to go. So I think you'll see the decision sometime, likely by the end of June.
Well, Mobile's not that close to Gainesville or Athens, so
that's
a long.
To maybe Gainesville. I don't know. Going through the Panhandle. I don't know.
Again, Lower Alabama, Panhandle of Florida ain't great either. But anyhow, that's another story for another day.
Definitely one to watch.
Yes, Jalen Thompson from Mobile, Lower Alabama.